Hello everyone, I hope you're in a sunshine, summery, beachy sort of mood because I've got some beautiful cards here to show you that have a seashell theme. As you can see, they've got a fold back front which opens nicely and hinges to reveal the insert. Now in this kit there are actually 4 different designs for the front, really lovely. There's also 4 choices of insert and there's a matching envelope, the front with the shell on and the back with this beautiful paper. So let me show you the kit first of all, and then we'll put it together. So there are 6 sheets to print out, but I've chosen 3 of them. This is the main card that you're going to score first of all. Can you see that there's marks here? Here? That's it, 2 of them. So I'll go ahead now and just score those before we start to cut. So you just put your ruler down on those edge little marks. And use a flat blade, something like a spreader. I'm going to use the back of my scissors to just score down once on the front and once dividing the front and the back. Lining them up with that line there. And then you can go ahead and cut that out. Now it does actually say this is a valley fold, which is like that, inwards. And this is a mountain fold, it folds back, just as we saw here. That's a mountain fold, and this is the other way. It's a valley fold. Nothing very technical about that. So that's one sheet, which has the main card on it, and lots of little decals if you want to personalise it with have a nice trip, get well soon, have a nice day, we've got a happy birthday, all sorts of different greetings there for you to personalise it. The second sheet I've got is some inserts to go inside. Happy birthday, a blank, one that's just sort of slightly mottled in background, and lots of different shells that you can cut out and layer up on 3D foam for a decoupage effect. We'll be using some of those as well. And the third sheet I've cut out, I've printed off, is this one. And this shows you the choice of 4 cards that you can make. You've got a happy birthday with shells here. This one is may you always have shells in your pocket and sand between your toes. Very nice summery theme. This one is the one I made on the first card. Friends are like seashells you collect along the way. Isn't that nice to send a friend? And the 4th one is make a wish upon a starfish. So we'll be using one of those. I'll just get that up ready. And some of the seashells as well. So here we are. I've got them already cut out just to save a little bit of time. So as I've already mentioned, we've scored down there, we've scored here. We're going to fold it and then use something. You can use a bone folder like this just to press along, or you can use something like a credit card, a piece of plastic, folding it back along that second fold. And that also does exactly the same job. You're just pressing it really firmly to make a crisp fold so that your card stands up really nicely. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put our layer on. This is one of the 4, and it's going to sit on there so that it's sort of half on that front flap, but also hiding the insert. Okay, and I'm going to glue this down flat. So we only want glue on this part of it. And just to make sure I get it in the right place, I'm actually going to glue this part of the card so that it doesn't go over. So I've just glued inside there, and I'm going to press this down onto it. Nicely there. Looking good already. Right, what else have we got? We've got an insert. You can leave it blank. I've chosen on this one to put in a happy birthday with the seashell on. And again, I'm gluing this down. I don't want to put 3D foam on because it would actually stop the card from closing. But don't worry, there's plenty more opportunities for 3D foam and decoupage in a little while. So that's our insert done. Isn't this the quickest and easiest card you've ever seen? And then I've got some pieces that I've already cut out here. And this is where I'm going to layer it up and give it a bit of interest. So I've cut from that spare sheet, a piece to match there. I've put 3D foam on the back. I use 3D foam quite a lot, but you can use these 3D foam squares that are very easy to buy. You need a few of those. Or you can use craft foam like this, just cut it up into the size you want. It's readily available, really cheap, and you can just glue that between the layers. I do like to suggest things that you've got around the house that you can use, because my whole point is that crafting can cost you a fortune, or it can cost you very little if you just think about it. So another suggestion I've got, if you don't have 3D foam, is to get some card from a cardboard box that's corrugated. It's thick, it's got these little wavy bits in between, and you can cut these into squares and stick them onto your images, and then add glue and use them just to add that 3D without it costing you anything at all. You've actually just used what you've got around the house. So we've got 3D foam on, lining it up and pressing those on so it just sits up a little bit. There we go. I've cut 2 more to go up here, 2 of the 3 up there. I've got 3D foam dots on here. In fact, it was so tiny I had to cut one actually in half. And they're going to go on like that. I've got one for the corner here. I didn't cut all 3 because I wanted the seashell to look like it was behind and these little conch shells to be in front. So I've just cut out the front shells, the 2 of, and they now are raised up, looking quite nice. And that's pretty much it for your card. Isn't that quick and easy? Let me show you the envelope. There are 2 sheets for the envelope. One sheet has the front in here with the nice fancy flap on it, and that just needs scoring here. Let me get my ruler. So I've just scored along the divide there, folded it, and I'm now just going to press it out with the bone folder and burnish it. And the other piece on the other sheet was like this, and it's actually got the 3 tabs for forming the envelope. So flipping it over again, I've already scored these. I just need to fold them and burnish them. So I've got a nice crease to work towards. 1, 2, 3. And then all we need to do now is join the front to the back, which is nice and easy. Now, I was a bit mystified by this because it has got this lovely fancy bottom and it goes together like this. These flaps are going to go inside. This, if it came up on the front, it actually hides the pattern. So I'm sure it has to go inside like the other flaps. So I'm not quite sure why it's so fancy, but it is. So we won't worry about it. So I'm just going to add some glue. You've got a choice of glue when you're making envelopes. You can use wet PVA glue, which I use quite a lot. You can use double-sided tape, or you can use glue stick. And I choose to use a glue stick because wet glue tends to run over the edge if you're not careful and sticks the inside of the envelope together. Double-sided tape has other issues. It's a bit like a magnet. As soon as you bring 2 pieces of paper together with double-sided tape on, it's going to stick and you can't pull them apart. So if it's not exactly right, you've got no second chances. So I like the glue stick because it gives me a chance to line it up, and if it's not quite right, I can pull it apart. When I've pressed it down, give it a minute and it sticks really firmly. So I've got the best of all worlds with that. So again, I'm going to now glue the sides without any danger of glue going over the edge and sticking the envelope together. There we go. Folding them in. I'm bringing the front over, just matching it gently along the seam, corner to corner, and this one. Nicely done. And that's our really lovely envelope all ready to go. So that holds your seashells card just perfectly. And I did cut out a couple of extra seashells because my idea was that once I've put the card inside, I was going to seal it with a seashell. Of course, I'm going to use a bit of tape as well. Glue the seashell over it. But then, one more thing, I'm actually going to add some clear sellotape to it and tape over it so that it doesn't catch if it goes through the sorting machine, because it would be a shame for it to catch and get torn. Just another little idea to get the most out of it. So I'm going to put the link for this set below the video. It's called Seashells Foldback. It's by Crafty Tiny Tales on Craftsuprint, and the whole kit costs just £1.20. If you're in the US, go to the top of the page and change it into dollars. You'll find it's $1.44, and that's for all 6 sheets. And the great thing is with these downloads that as soon as you've paid for it, it comes straight into your computer. You print it off and you can make it in minutes. So I hope you enjoy this and it puts you into a summery mood. Thanks very much for watching.